Good afternoon. My name is Ayo Tomiwa Fashola, and we are the Teen Leadership Council. The Leadership Council is made up of 11 students from all around the DMV area come together to strengthen the knowledge of teens with law enforcement. Today we'll be having a panel discussion about our personal connections to law enforcement, our take on law enforcement and pop culture, and also what the Teen Council is about. Towards the ending, we will ask the audience questions. And also we'll have a raffle. Once again, my name is Ayo Tomiwa Fashola. Our panel consists of Nikayla Hill, Kayla Johnson, Aaliyah Terry, Jillian Lobb, and Asiata Kamagate. To start off, I will ask a question about what made you apply to the Teen Leadership Council.
I start if you want. Okay. I applied because my friend Nikayla told me about it and it sounded fun, so I was like, I want to do it.
I applied because I wanted to explore more in law enforcement, and I thought that this was going to teach me more, which it is, and so I told Kayla about it.
I applied to this because my school had sent it out, and I really feel like people have different opinions on law enforcement, so I felt like it was good to experience like different people's experiences and their opinions.
I applied mainly to learn more about law enforcement, and also I have a personal connection to law enforcement with my grandfather being one of the fallen officers of the year 2017.
I applied because I wanted to have more knowledge about law enforcement other than hearing other people's opinion, and like having a more reliable source and accurate source about what it's actually like to be a law enforcement officer.
From starting 2018 June to this very moment, what has been something that you gained?
I personally gained a lot more knowledge about just law enforcement in general and a bunch of facts, and the museum it's just great to learn in.
And I also learned more about how with something in the museum about how the 911 operator calls work and how they have to put in all the information to give to officers.
I've definitely learned a lot about like special cases and historical cases that's happened and how law enforcement played a role in solving the cases.
Now to move to personal experience. How do you feel about law enforcement?
In my opinion, well, for my personal experience, it's very good. It depends on the situation, but like, on the black community hasn't been that great, so.
You repeat that question.
I asked, how do you feel about law enforcement?
I feel like it's helpful for everyone because I don't want to elaborate on that.
Oh, I feel like law enforcement, it has its good, like its ups and downs like everything else. My personal experience is that not every officer is bad, because there are some people who become police officers because they truly want to help us, and we have to, before we judge any officer that we see, we have to like get to know them. Like, even if it's just with a traffic stop, a police officer pulling you over doesn't mean like they're bad or they're mean.
I personally think in every profession there are good and bad people, so it kind of just depends on what the situation is.
I would definitely agree with that. I've never personally had any negative experiences with law enforcement. Like, if I ever needed help with a situation, they've always been helpful. So I feel like it just really depends on the situation and how things happen.
Discuss an experience where law enforcement has helped you or someone you know.
Well, one time I was lost. I I asked the police for help, and they helped me get to where I needed to be.
About 2 weeks ago, I was in a minor car accident, and they came and fixed that whole situation up for me.
If you're in trouble or in danger, who would you call first?
The police.
Well, I actually ended up calling my mom first, and then the police.
She'll answer the phone.
Now towards pop culture. How has today's music, specifically rap, influenced the way you perceive law enforcement?
It gotta be pop or rap. Like any music.
Okay, well, in rap culture, like a lot of artists, they talk about the police enforcement and their experience, like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. So they basically tell their experience on what they went through, and some is good and bad. It just depends on their opinions on it and what they went through.
I think that's it.
Do movies and TV shows accurately portray law enforcement?
I feel like some shows they either have a good cop or they either have like bad cops, and sometimes they don't go into full depth on how being a police officer actually is, and it's just like more action and not like all the background.
Yeah, I feel like TV shows and movies really just portray the Hollywood version and whatever stance that company wants you to believe about law enforcement.
I feel like in TV shows they only portray like the physical parts, like running, chasing the bad guy, not actually like the psychological parts, like the split-second decisions that they have to make in the crucial aspects of being a law enforcement officer.
Thank you so much. Now we'll have some questions from the audience. Any questions?
I have a question. From the booth. You can't see me, don't worry about it. So my question is for the panelists, what are you doing to help your peers change their view? If you have any peers that have maybe like a negative view of the police, is there anything each one of you are doing in particular to maybe change your peers' view of the police?
I have friends that have had bad experiences with police officers, so when we're out, it's kind of like PTSD, but not really. Like, they're scared when they see a police officer. So I try to tell my friends, like, every police officer is not going to do what the last police officer did to you, so you can't really judge, and you just have to have an open mind. And when things happen to you, that's like when somebody hurts you, you can't blame every other person that comes after that person. So you just have to see the good in everybody until they show you like they're bad or the bad behavior.
Also, to piggyback off what Aaliyah, I myself have friends that have had bad encounters as well. But if we're out, then I usually just tell them to like chill out, so nothing happens. If that answers your question.
Julie?
Yes, thank you.
So I have a question. Are any of you, I know many of you are in high school, are you seriously considering joining law enforcement or a profession that works with law enforcement? Anybody?
Perhaps.
Well, previously I wanted to study law, but that's kind of shifted during my high school career to more so medicine. But I definitely think this experience has definitely enabled me because I feel like law enforcement does work with almost like every profession because there's always someone who needs help.
I've kind of more seriously considered going onto the path of forensics now that I've been a part of this.
I did, when I was like a freshman in high school, I did want to be a defense attorney because I saw a lot of bad things happening, but I switched my career into journalism so that I can talk about the things that are happening and make other people aware.
Any other questions?
I'm curious about one thing. Why did you call your mom before the police when you had your car accident?
Well, number one, I was scared, and number two, I wanted her to know that it wasn't my fault that the girl hit me.
Excuse me.
I have a question. If for those that would like to do a background in like the sense of law enforcement, what is one thing that you'll take away from the TLC that you will use in your career? Yeah, that's the word.
More knowledge.
You want me to ask it again? Ask it again?
Yeah.
Oh. What is one thing that you'll take away from the TLC that you'll use in your profession that you choose?
Like what we've learned here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Definitely teamwork and compromise is something that we've learned here. And just being open-minded to different possibilities and different backgrounds of people.
I agree, and like I said, like she said, you'll have different people that believe in different things, but that doesn't like change their character all the way. So you have to be open-minded when you meet new people, because some people live their lives based off of the experiences they had.
I agree. How to like work with people that you don't know.
Thank you so much. Now, just before we go on to the raffle, I would like to give a thank you to Miss Julie Bell for all that she's done for us from last year, June, to this very moment. You're greatly appreciated. Also, our help.
I do have a question.
Oh.
For those of you who are interested in the career of law enforcement, is this something of passion, or is this something that you see that you can establish a career and just go on about it as a day-to-day, not 9 to 5, but day-to-day, job?
I feel that if I went into the career of forensics, I'd be passionate about it because I'd be helping others. It wouldn't just be a 9 to 5. Oh, I gotta go do this again. It would actually be, I'm gonna go help people today.
Oh, and I picked my career like to study journalism because that is like a passion. Like I like to help other people, and it's like so many different things going on in the world that a lot of people are not aware about, or like they choose to blindside it because they don't like to see certain like is it vulgar? Maybe vulgar things. I don't know. Yeah, so that's why like journalism is gonna be my passion.
Well, ever since I was little, I wanted to be a lawyer, so that's a passion for me because I like to debate a lot. So I feel like that being a lawyer for me is a passion, and I could just get my point across and help
Miss Julie Bell.
I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you to all of you panelists and our MC, Tommy. The Teen Council has been, this has been a new program for us since the museum, actually since before the museum opened. All of the ladies that you see on stage, as well as a few members that couldn't be here today, they applied. There was pretty steep competition. I ended up choosing 11, even though I was really supposed to choose 10 because the applications were very strong. The students have met monthly since June. We took a little bit of a break over the summer of 2018, but they were meeting with us before the museum was open, while it was still just a construction site, and they've really been here since before the beginning, and I really appreciate all of the effort from Jillian and Asiata, who made a lot of the beautiful artwork outside. And if you haven't seen it, I really encourage you as you exit this way to stop by and see some of the charcoal drawings, paintings, pastels that they've put together, all on the theme of law enforcement and how it affects their community. They also came up with the idea to have a little pop-up art activity so that you can join the conversation. Hopefully, as you exit, it's not just for kids. There are little templates for you to design your own ideal officer, and there is a coloring element for kids, but we really hoped that it gets to the idea of what type of officer do you want to see in your community. So that is out there as well. And for all of the other members of the committee, they organized many of the logistics, they designed the programs out there. Pretty much everything that you see from the council, from the questions that were developed and asked by Tommy, were all created by the members. And so I just wanted to say thank you guys, congratulations, and I'm so proud to have worked with you. So like I said, enjoy the rest of the day at the museum. We will keep the art out for about another hour, and then we hope that you will join us for a little celebration in the Hoover Library for those who are family, friends, and guests of the committee. Thanks you guys so much. Bye-bye.
And you can exit out to that way. The films will resume at 2 o'clock. So, oh, I'm sorry, raffle, Tommy.
Lastly, we held a raffle, which
There's good chances of someone winning.
the ticket will be picked by myself. I ain't gonna let. The raffle number is 396137. Let me check my ticket.
Did you put one in?
I did.
Oh, are we doing tickets?
Hey, I won.
Should have been more specific about the rules. So, but Tommy, if you want, you can pick one of those.
Are you doing two?
Are we doing
Let's
another?
do it. 396140. Hey. We could even do one more on the actual thing.
396139. Hey, what's your luck? 396138. I bet.
All right, if you were a raffle winner, Tommy's got a couple of things behind the podium, and you can take your pick.
Got a water bottle. Thank you, Gift Shop. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. We have a pen. It looks really great. Telling you. A detective in a tin. Looks great too, man. A water bottle. It's really resourceful with the heat. And a great law enforcement challenge. It looks great, guys. Sir, since I called your number first, you have first pick. You have to match the numbers up real quick. Just make sure you're right. Okay, here you go. And we got another one just in case you want one too. Which one would you? We gotta match your numbers up real quick. All right, go ahead. All right. Thank you so much for being with us, and we greatly appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day.